I'm sure that anyone who's just started watching this video is wondering why the background has been changed up to only include dark and horror related items, and the answer is simply because I've decided to get a greater head start this year when it comes to working on my October reviews. Generally, life has just been a lot busier since I moved out of my grandparents' house, and in particular, when I was in the middle of doing reviews, last year, things kind of went to shit for a little while, and I just had to take a break. But hopefully, nothing like that is going to happen this year, and I'll be able to remain more consistent. For those of you who don't know, I make it a point every October to put out one horror movie review per day, and for this year, just like I did a couple of years ago, I'm going to do a running theme, only instead of remakes this time, I'm going to be talking about sequels. And for the record, I'm not going to be making any comparisons this time. Each sequel that I talk about is going to be talked about by itself. I'm not going to be watching, two movies back to back and saying, oh, this was better than this and whatnot, because, the remake thing was kind of fun, but honestly kind of exhausting for, a 31-day schedule. Now, there are two big roles that I kind of established for myself when it comes to this year's lineup. For one thing, I'm only going to be talking about sequels which I find personally to be at least comparable to their predecessors, if not better than them. For example, I'm not going to be talking about any Freddy Krueger or Jason movies this month because while each of those franchises have some very entertaining and even well done sequels, I don't think that any of them hold a candle to their originals. Also, for more obvious reasons, I'm not going to be talking about any movies that I've already done full reviews for. Like, for example, I'm not going to be talking about ABCs of Death 2 or Devil's Carnival 2. If you want to hear my thoughts on those movies, I already have reviews for them posted. You can watch them right now. And I already suspect that people are going to be nitpicky as the month goes on and more of my selections are revealed. Some of these films aren't necessarily horror films, some of them are more action, some of them are more comedy, but they all have their roots in the horror genre, and I feel like there's still movies that you could watch this time of year. There are even going to be some prequels that I'm going to talk about, but as long as they're following another pre-established movie and building upon the world, then I'm just going to count all of them as sequels. Anyway, that's all I've got to say in this little announcement. Again, hopefully my October reviews will end up working out this year. I'm going to start watching the first movie now. Wish me luck, and as always, have a good one.